back to Prince's and this HotelPlanner.com Championship, the penultimate event of this Euro Pro Tour season. Simon Golding and Gary Ellis with you for what should be some cracking final round action. This is how things stand at the moment. The Welshman James Fraser in the clubhouse at 12 under, but plenty of players will still fancy their chances today. And notable that Fraser said he doesn't think 12 under is enough. Now, I think that's respect for his opponents that are still out there, but also that's got a lot to do with the condition, Gary.
Yeah, it's been benign. I mean, I'm really enjoying this, even if the conditions are a bit benign, because the golf is excellent. These guys are playing very well.
Yeah, still got to find your way around, still got to earn yourself those chances. But we've seen a lot of eagle and birdie putt opportunities. And quite a few of them dropping. Now, this is well worked. Very well worked from Colgate.
Yeah, deft touch there. That was very good from the big man.
Bit of a swagger there from Jack onto the green. Now Halley, along with Fraser, this man's had the hot putter today. Not quite on this occasion. And we must say, quick apology to Mr. Halley. We've been calling him Hawley for part of the season, but he caught up with our producer Mark Fulton and said, get the boys to say my name properly. He said it in a northern accent, of course.
I know, it's a bit like my name, you know. Alice, Alice, Arliss, Orliss.
I'll stick with Gary. Now, Jack, nicely done, and that is a very good round. A 66 for 11 under, but that little bit of resignation from Jack Colgate, good enough to book himself a place in Desert Springs at the Tour Championships, but not good enough to compete for the final result today. Now, back to Chris Nicol. He did have the lead, but he's dropped away, and I think maybe some of those little demons that Kit Alexander alluded to, possibly coming home to roost.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see how he minds his game. Now, let's pop across to John on the 16th.
Now, this is a brute 16. It really is. Because the green, when you look at it, doesn't look like you've got anywhere to land it on. There's a massive bank on the left-hand side which just feeds away from you. And if you miss it right, well, you're going to see in a minute. We're going to have to go up there. I've got 6 iron in my hand. I'm going to have to lean on it, mine. Get in. Get in. Just shy, and that just shows you how difficult this par 3 can be. Fractions out, that's all it takes. Now you could chip it, you chip and run it, lob it, but I think get the putter out, keep it on the putting, you know, this surface, because these fringes are immaculate. You can putt it. Now just coming up the hill, kind of old school putter, just like old Gene Saracen would have used when he won here. Straight up there, catch the slope. You know, bit of work to be done, but the dew on the green would have stopped that. Show the other side of this screen is unbelievable. Look, the ball's going to take this slope and it's just going to keep going. Goes up, over and down again on another slope. When you talk about Himalayas, this is the Himalayas. Up and down like you wouldn't believe, mountainous, and the boys got to deal with it.
John Morgan back at base camp. Mentioned Gene Saracen, the 1932 winner of the Open here at Prince's, and during that week actually unveiled a new sandwich, didn't he?
Yeah, Saracen was really the inventor, if you like, of the sandwich, playing about with the old niblick and sticking bits of lead on the bottom to create the beginnings of the club that we know today.
Now Ali trying to negotiate his way onto this green, and that is a sweet shot. I think Johnny Morgan would like to buy that one off him.
Fabulous shot. 15th, our joint leader, Darren Wright, his second shot from some heavyish grass and the ball below his feet, but he sounds that it got pretty good contact.
Yes, you had that reassuring click. But again, in the hands of the course here, and it's guided the ball away from the hole.
So, Ali to tie the lead after that great tee shot. 3 feet, just inside the right lip. Very nicely done.
Yes, we've got a 3-way tie for the lead. Another man enters the fray. Well, I spoke about playoff a long time ago, but it is starting to look very, very likely now. Can anyone else join them? Well, brilliantly judged from Nicol. That eagle putt will give him an opportunity at birdie now.
So the 18th, McCullum, just one behind. Lovely sound on that, really struck it nicely. You could hear the click off the club.
He's played some lovely golf this week as Haydn. 68 and 66 on the first 2 days, and he's heading for another fabulous score here today. And not out of contention yet either.
Yeah, that was a good shot, and that's the shot that if it's a bit drier and harder becomes so difficult on seaside golf. Again, we see the conditions just making it a little bit easier.
Birdie chance for McCullum to go to 12 under and make it a four-way tie for the lead. Goodness me, well, it's been a while since we've seen a leaderboard this congested, and McCullum with a fabulous 67 has earned his place there, blemish-free card.
It's lovely to see, and you know, nice for the young chap.
Yes, indeed. Into the clubhouse and have a little look, see what else is going to happen out there. Nicol rolls that in then, so he goes back to double figures under the card.
Nice to see our interested spectators watching Darren Wright attempt to make a birdie. And birdie he makes.
Fists being pumped left, right and centre at the moment. Darren Wright once again claims the lead at 13 under, a single shot up on James Fraser, Haydn McCullum and Chris Hulley. Things are getting very interesting here at Prince's, but at the moment it's Wright that has control. Now let's get to John at the 18th to see what's cooking there.
Well, the boys have got to contend with a great final hole here. It's just over 435 yards, and perfect scenario, find that fairway, leaves yourself a lovely angle in. I'm here, and it's 145 yards to this pin. Now anything short, there's a couple of extra bunkers just to gather your ball. Now 8 iron, I can probably go into this and hit it a bit punchy, and I still think I'll clear this lip. So I'm going to aim dead straight at it, dead aim. Now this could be for it, you know, up and down to win the final one in England here at Prince's. Come on. Go on, get on there. Well, 2 putts might make you win it. That's one bunker, but I'm about to show you a legendary bunker. When we talk about legends, look at that. 1932. Now that man there, Gene Saracen, remember when I started watching the Masters when I was about getting inspired in golf, and on the first tee they had the opening, you know, the kind of grand finale where the old legends would hit off, and you had Sam Snead and Gene Saracen, and he won a major here, the British Open Championship. And Gene Saracen done it out of this bunker, hole in this shot on final day. I'm going to make it a little bit harder. I'm going to bring it over for myself here. So I've got the bank to contend with my feet. I tell you what, probably not in, but a chance for an up and down and win 10 spondoolies.
Thanks, John. That bunker actually unveiled in 2011 by Porrick Harrington, the Saracen bunker, which brings us to Grandad Percy again and the Ryder Cup, Gary.
Yeah, my granddad played against Gene Saracen. You were talking about him inventing the sandwich. Well, there was no limit on the clubs that people could use in those days, and when the two played, Saracen had 28 clubs, and my granddad had about 9 clubs in a little pencil bag. And I have to say, Grandad did just come out on top. The 9 beat 28.
There you go. It's all about the history this week at Prince's. Now, who's going to make history at the end of this tournament? Right, looking a bit worried here, our leader. And was asking it to bounce. It didn't. It checked up on him, and he's got work to do. Oh dear. Oh dear. Not a happy man. Now, Halley could be smiling after this putt, Gary.
Yeah, he could be. And he's holed some good ones today, so go on. Chris, can you make another one?
Not quite to be, but if he knocks that one in, then he will be joint clubhouse leader. And it's only really this man that can spoil the party then. Darren Wright on 13 under, but he's got some work to do, Gary.
Yeah, this is tricky to flip up over the bank, but he's chipped extremely well today, and there's another one. That was difficult. Well down, well down. Yeah.
Yes, a whole range of chips from Wright today. Harley then rolls it in. It's been a very good round of golf, a combative back nine to keep himself in touch. 67 the score, 12 under on the card, and he joins James Fraser in the clubhouse to watch the rest come in. So McCullum, Fraser and Halley all sitting down watching this man at the moment.
Right, inside left lip, firm.
Oh no.
Just, you know, he gave it the firmness, but he had to keep that inside the hole at that sort of pace.
Well, he beat himself up on the tee, Gary, after the tee shot, recovered with an exquisite chip and loses it again with a putt from the sort of range we'd all expect to putt from. Very different under competition circumstances though. Well done, Halley, says Graham Clark. Great round from Chris to move himself into now a four-way tie for the lead. Three of them in the clubhouse. Darren Wright still out there. Could change things, but this is looking mighty like a playoff this week here in Princes.
And here he is. All right, tee shot on 18.
That looked tight to me. That looked really tight.
It did, and I think the sort of rather wry grunt smile, call it what you will, he obviously didn't catch that off the middle of the club, but it's in the middle of the short grass, so no damage done.
A bit of shovage there. Well, I said that we sat down watching this man. They're not. All the boys in contention are out and around the back of this 18th green to see if Wright can bring home this championship. And to do it, he needs a birdie. He's given that some loudly. Well, it's not over yet, and Darren Wright knows it. Look at that. What a finish to this season.
It is just so exciting. It's been great fun. Fantastic tournament to round off the regular season.
This then for the championship for Darren Wright. Oh, he gave it a chance. He gave it a chance, but it's fractions wide. And he'll roll that one in to be part of a four-man playoff to decide this title. He had the tournament in the palm of his hand, but unfortunately just couldn't bring it home. A 69 then for Wright, 12 under, and alongside Fraser, McCullum and Halley, he is in the clubhouse as joint leader, and this is how close it was.
Yeah, it really was. Fractions of an inch, and you can see the anguish on his face.
Anguish indeed, but tinged with a smile because he's not out of it yet. James Fraser, Haydn McCullum, Chris Halley and Darren Wright all finishing this tournament at 12 under. Jack Colgate and Graham Clark so close, but not quite today, fellas. But for a lot of names on that leaderboard, it's been a very successful time here in Princes, looking to make top 60 and Desert Springs, and they have done exactly that. But here at Princes, it is not done and dusted just yet. We've got more excitement to come after the break because we're heading into a four-way playoff for the title. McCullum, Fraser, Wright and Halley tee it up and shoot it out after the break.